Hello, welcome to the kitchen in the Northwind Homestead. Normally, if I was going to trim my beard, I'd be doing this in the bathroom, but the lighting in there and the sound is horrible, and so we're going to give a go at this at the kitchen table. I've been growing this sucker for about 3 months untouched, and that's completely different for me. Usually what I would do is I would get in and trim daily, just a little touch-up every day, and I've been ignoring that to grow this out so we can kind of show a video on how to take a giant mop of a hair, beard, and turn it into something that's not quite so in your face. So don't expect a radical change here. I like a big beard. I'm not going to knock this thing down to some kind of peach fuzz. I am going to keep it as long as possible. I'm just going to try and just shape it up a little bit, round it out, and take out some of the more unruly parts of it. But no, not a before and after video. So let's get into it. We've got some items over there, and I'll show you them right now. This is all the stuff that I use. Okay, so here's just a few of the products that I use, and none of these are endorsed by me. I'm not paid to endorse any of these products. These are just things that I have found throughout my beard history work really well for me. And basically got a couple sets of combs. Got a long tooth comb for when the beard gets a little bit longer. I can get in there and really get the knots out. And then I've got a little bit wider spaced wooden comb. I like the two wooden combs. I just like the way a wooden comb pulls through a beard a little bit better than a plastic comb. I did bring the plastic comb out today in case I decide to go with an overall trim using the razor there. I'm not quite sure if I'll go to that point. Just a quick brush to pull knots out of it, and then this I'll just use real fast when you get out of the shower, just to knock some of the water out of it and to get it straight. And then these two are boar bristle brushes, and they are three actually are boar bristle brushes, and they are natural boar bristle. And the way to tell, you pull out one of the bristles and you light it on fire, and you can obviously tell the difference between plastic burning and fur or hair. And so you want to go with the natural boar bristle. And let's see, I got this one, Arctic Jackal gave me this one, as well as the comb. And they came from I think it's the Texas Beard Oil Company. The littler one, which obviously has seen an incredible amount of use, is a little bit stiffer than this one, and that's why I'm still keeping it around. And I got this one as well as the mustache brush from the Oregon Wild Hair Mustache Company, and use that a lot. The long trimmers, those are for general shaping of the beard, and we pulled them out of the kit that came with the razor. And then of course the little mustache trimmer, that is absolutely important. I prefer straight razor. I'm just kind of out of one right now. I misplaced it when I moved and haven't replaced it. And then the mustache wax, probably not going to be using that in this video today. I'll do a separate video on curling the mustache. This video is just going to be on trimming the beard. The beard scent, found this. This was a gift from a family member of mine. I thought intentionally, at first it was just a joke. Initially I thought it was a joke. And then I used it, and my wife loved the smell of it. And so if she's happy and she loves the smell of something, that means that I love the smell of it. And then Just Botanicals, which is a local company up here in Alaska. And she's been working with me. We've been working together, I should say. I've been testing some of her product, and she's been changing the recipe a little bit as it goes on, and I've been super happy with that so far. So basically what you need, you're looking at a good comb, a couple of brushes, you need something to trim with, and some kind of oil when you're done. And there's a bajillion oils on the market, and so you can pick and choose to find which one works best for you. All right, so let's get this show started. The first thing I'm going to do is grabbing my little trimmers here. I'm going to get in here. You're already trimming stuff, so you know what? Just get in there and trim those nose hairs, because no one wants to see a beard coming out of your nose. Some people use the little buzz thing, but I've never been a fan of that. But there, simple as that. It always helps if you've done this after you've had a shower, your beard is kind of clean. It definitely trims a lot better. So the next thing I'm going to do here is this to me is the worst part of the beard. And this is the neck beard down underneath here. And I hate this thing. And it's been killing me for the last 3 months growing that thing out. And so I'm gonna get the buzzers ready. I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna eliminate that entire portion right there. Okay, here we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, basically by feel, I'm gonna feel about the same position on my jawline with the razors as I'm trimming. And again, this video is trimming by yourself. You know, this isn't going to a barber shop. If you know, if I was doing this on another gentleman, it'd be completely different. But this is us in our bathroom by ourselves in the morning, making our beards look a little bit nicer. So let's see what we can do under here. And again, this is mainly feel. So I'm trying to feel where the razor's hitting me. And while I've got the razor out here, I'm going to knock down some of the longer ones up here. So I'm just going to bring them down. Try and pull, make sure you don't get the mustache. So I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. And we'll come back in and trim this out later. Just pulling a nice line in from the ear if I got any stragglers there. A little bit of soap. And again, I wish I had my straight razor for this, but I don't, so I'm going to make do. And I'm just coming in and following that same line that I just put in with the razor. And again, mostly feel. Usually I'm doing this in the shower in the morning and I'm barely even looking. I'm just coming in and just 100% doing this by feel. And yeah, you don't need the whole shaving cream thing. We're doing such small areas here. You can get away with just using a little bit of soap. And this is the part where I really wish I had my straight razor still, because having the 3 blades on here, you can't quite get as nice of a line as you can with the straight razor. And so one of these days I'll get enough money and I'll save up and get another straight razor. But really minimal maintenance once you if you upkeep on this stuff, it's pretty minimal. If you let it go, it's going to take a little while to get it back. But for the most part, you can just run these things just a couple of minutes a day. So this is where it gets dangerous. I'm going to bring this sucker back out. And I'm going to see what I can do about some shaping here. And this is where it is nice if you go to the barber, you ain't got to do all this on your own. And it's always much better to take less than it is to take more, because you don't want to make that mistake, have to grow it back. And I'm not taking a lot off here. What I'm doing is just trying to get all these guys to get in line. Take out some of my sideburn up here. To get in line and start contributing equally. We don't want super long ones. And I just want them all the same length. And so I'm just running the tip of my buzzer. Just running the tip over it. Now I'm starting to play that dangerous game. I got one side coming up shorter than the other one. The thing you don't want to do is like chase it, you know, so you're doing it and you get one side short and you're like, oh crap, and you come in and you shorten that side and you go too far, you know, that's the worst thing to do. So if you start getting crazy like that, just stop. It'll grow back. It's okay. The other thing, you really don't need the razor to do all this. You can do this just with a pair of scissors. And you'll see as you comb through it, some of the longer guys will pop back up. Just get them down. Good looking. You know, I don't want to go too much shorter just because I don't like a short beard. But definitely a little more uniform now that we've started this. And then we can go up here and address the mustache in a second. Okay, let's see how she comes out. Now we'll move on to the mustache. And for the mustache, on this video, I'm just going to brush it out a little bit, trim it up. And for the next video I'll do one a little bit later on curling of the mustache. But this one's just going to be brushing it out. And so I like to treat the mustache almost as a separate entity. And when I'm trimming the beard down, I will oftentimes pull the mustache aside and then come inside here and just kind of trim these beard hairs here down just a little bit more than the rest of them to kind of give some definition to where the mustache is going to begin and where it's going to end. So when that brushes out, you'll never see that it's not part of the beard. But when you come in to curl it later, you can be sure that you'll just grab those mustache hairs and not beard hairs, so you don't have those like upward running mustache or beard hairs getting up into your mustache. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of wax in it just because I want to see how they all line up. So, all right, I went over that real fast. So let's look at that again. Just take my mustache wax out of the tin. I use my thumbnail. I come in and I just scrape a little bit of wax onto the thumbnail. Pull that apart and divide it into two pieces. Those two pieces go between the fingers. You rub them together to warm up the wax, and then just pull it through. Pull it through the beard, pull it through the mustache. And I'm not going to wax this one up. I'm not going to curl it. I'll save that. But I am going to trim it. And so I want to see how long. They're kind of scraggly down here at the ends. And I like them to come together a little bit more uniform. And so I pop off that side. You can see here, just scraggly, kind of not much coordination. So just snip that off. And then I come in here and I take a little division between right where my nose comes in. Basically I divide the two halves of the mustache there. Pull one side out, pull the other side out, and then I come in. I like to do this. I just take a little bit out in a V. Right in the center there. And what this will do as it grows out, and I haven't curled this thing. I haven't done anything in about 3 months because I just wanted it to go wild, and so the mustache is just out of control right now. But I will start waxing it now. I will wax it for about a month, and then I'll come back and do that curling video, because these guys gotta remember which way they want to grow. You know, they will grow crazy unless you train them. You know, you have to train them to grow the way you want them to. So I'll just start waxing these guys out, and then we'll slowly start curling all of these guys together. But for now, this is how I walk around. I just pull the mustache into the beard over here. Do the same thing over there. And then the last and final thing you got to do here is the oil. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a bajillion oils on the market. So, you know, you can just find which one works best for you. I'll post in a link to the one that I use. She's done a really good job for me, working with me to get the scent I like and the performance. And so I'm pretty happy. You might not like the scent, so that's still personal, the scent. As far as performance, you can see what she's got listed in it. And I like hers too because it comes with an eyedropper, and so I can squeeze that eyedropper, and then get it. The spots that I need it really bad, I get really dry right where the mustache drops in, and I get really dry at the tip of the mustache. So if you are going to wax, you need to oil after, because if you oil, then obviously the wax isn't going to stick to that. But as far as this, I'm just going to drop right onto the skin in the spots that I need it most. I usually give one right in the center, and then on the stash. And then I just go straight to the skin, just real tiny drops in all those places. And then I rub it down into the skin. Final brushing to pull that oil throughout the beard and lubricate the hairs themselves, give it a nice sheen. And pull the mustache out. Pull the mustache out on the other side. I got some flyaways there. And that's about it. It's really simple. I made, this is a super long video, but I spent a lot more time talking about things and doing things that I normally wouldn't necessarily do. I would just kind of breeze through this stuff. It's going to take me maybe 10 minutes, and no longer than a guy who wants a naked face is going to take to shave every day. Probably a little bit less. When you get into the curling, that's going to pick up a lot more time. You do have to. Sometimes it takes a while, and it doesn't want to cooperate. But just basic beard maintenance is a pretty easy thing, and I think it looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it will grow out. And that's the thing. Like if you keep trimming it every day, you do a little bit every day. You come back the next day, you do a little bit more. It just rounds it out. It's just a few minutes a day, and it ends up looking really good. Well, thanks for joining me, and I'm glad you made it this far in the video. And if you have any comments you want to make, please, I'd love to read them. And please give me a subscription. I'd like to get out of the dregs here of YouTube and move myself up into the ranks. So go on, click over there, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you around the homestead. Be well.